Sacajawea, and welcome to the Skyhawk Spelling Bee 2025. I am Mrs. Underland, and I'm here with Miss McElroy, and we are ready to get started to crown this year's 2025 Sacajawea Spelling Bee winner. We have some great contestants from 2nd through 5th grade. Mrs. McElroy is going to go ahead and introduce them now because we just want to get started. We want to know how this is going to end. That's what we're all here for. So,
Very
Mrs.
exciting.
McElroy, who do we have today?
Well, first up from Ms. Almaris's class, we have Helene. And then from Mr. Harder's class, we have Irene. From Ms. Love's class, we have Miles. From Ms. Bebato's class, we have Cameron. Representing Mrs. Hoffman's class is JJ. Representing Mrs. Lomelli's class is Ella. Representing Mrs. Dunn's class is Isaac. Representing Mrs. Phelan's class for 4th grade is Oliver. And Mrs. Phelan's class for 5th grade is Vianney. And Mr. Lee's class is represented by Alyssa. Mrs. Mann's class is represented by Kyler. And Mrs. I's class is represented by Remy. Good job, guys.
All right, I'm so excited. So, as with any competition, there are some rules that we have to go over and follow. So, for the spelling bee rules, each classroom has already done their competition, but now we have the school spelling bee. The students will take turns spelling words from the Seattle Times list. Me or Mrs. McElroy will begin with words from grade 1 and move forward through the list to the next grade level and so forth. If a student misspells a word, they are eliminated from the competition. The competition continues until 1 or 2 students remain. At that point, when 2 students remain, then the final elimination rules will apply, and we will read those once we get to that final round. Now, here are the highlights of those rules. First, a spelling word from the Seattle Times list will be used, and it will be read aloud to the student speller, and then a sentence will also be provided. The student speller should spell the word. Oh, excuse me, I already messed up. The student speller should say the word, spell it, and then say the word again. Once a student begins spelling the word, they may pause, but may not change any letters that they have already stated aloud. If a word contains a capital letter, the student must say capital letter before the letter. And the student must also state any punctuation marks within that word. For example, if the word was Mrs., they would need to say capital M, R, S, period. And that would be how you would spell Mrs. Students may ask us to repeat the word or the sentence at any time. But if a student misspells a word, they are eliminated, and a new word is provided to the next speller. Rules do change a little bit when we get to the final elimination, and we will go over those when we get down to 2 players. So, I am ready to get started. Are you, Miss McElroy?
I am. I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. I love this. So,
Should we invite up the first speller?
yes.
All right. Our first speller today is the champion from Ms. Almaris's class, Helene. Helene, your word is up. Pick it up from the floor. Up.
Up. U-P. Up.
Excellent. That was correct. Our next speller is Irene from Mr. Harder's class. Your word is my. That toy belongs to my little brother. My.
My. M-Y. My.
Correct. Your turn.
All right, our next contestant is Miles from Miss Love's class. Miles, your word is me. She gave the cookie to me.
Me. M-E. Me.
Correct. Next, we have Cameron from Miss Babado's class. Cameron, your word is of. The pages of the book were torn.
Of. O-F, of.
Correct.
That's correct. Our next contestant is JJ from Mrs. Hoffman's class. JJ, your word is was. The story was really fun to read. Was.
Was. W-A-S. Was.
Correct. Do next one.
Okay. Next, Ella from Mrs. Lamelli's class. Your word is all. He ate all of the cookies. All.
All. A-L-L. All.
Correct.
Next, we have Isaac from Mrs. Dunn's class. Isaac, your word is big. The dog is very big and fluffy. Big.
Big. B-I-G. Big.
Correct. Thank you.
Next, Oliver from Miss Phelan's class. Oliver, your word is had. She had a nice lunch at school. Had.
Had. H-A-D. Had.
Correct.
Now we have Vianney, also from Mrs. Phelan's class. Vianney, your word is yes. He said yes to the invitation. Yes.
Yes. Y-E-S. What? Yes.
That is correct.
All right, Alyssa from Mr. Lee's class. Alyssa, your word is do. Can you do this puzzle? Do.
Do. D-O. Do.
Correct.
Next, we have Kyler from Mrs. Mann's class. Kyler, your word is run. They like to run in the playground. Run.
Run. R-U-N. Run.
That is correct.
And we have Remy from Miss I's class. Remy, your word is to. I went to the store with Dad. To.
Two. T-O. Two.
Correct. And there we got through the first list, grade 1. Moving on.
All right. Spelling second grade words. We're going to start again with Helene from Ms. Almaris's class. Helene, your word is if. We can go to the park if it stops raining. If.
If. I-F. If.
Correct.
All right, Areni, your word is went. She went to the zoo last weekend.
Went. W-E-N-T. Went.
Correct.
Next, we have Miles from Mrs. Love's class. Miles, with. He played with his toys after dinner. With.
With. W-I-T-H. With.
That's correct.
All right, Cameron from Miss Babado's class. Cameron, your word is what. Do you know what time it is?
What? W-H-A-T. What?
Correct.
Next, we have JJ from Mrs. Hoffman's class. JJ, your word is about. We talked about the game at lunch. About.
About. A-B-O-U-T. About.
Correct.
All right, Ella from Mrs. Lamelli's class. Ella, your word is came. My friend came to visit yesterday.
Came. C-A-M-E. Came.
Correct.
Next, we have Isaac from Mrs. Dunn's class. Isaac, your word is thing. That is the thing I was looking for. Thing.
Thing. Thing. Thing.
Correct.
Oliver, 4th grade from Mrs. Phelan. Your word is home. We walked home after school.
Home. Home. Home.
Correct.
And now we have Vianney, also from Mrs. Phelan's class. Vianney, your word is school. She takes the bus to school every day.
School. School. School.
That is correct.
All right. Alyssa from Mr. Lee's. Alyssa, your word is no. I know the answer to that question.
No. K-N-O-W. No.
Correct.
And Kyler from Mrs. Mann's class, it's your turn. Kyler, your word is going. They are going to the museum tomorrow. Going.
Going. G-O-I-N-G. Going.
Correct.
And Remy from Miss I's class. All right, Remy, your word is hour. We packed our bags for the trip. Hour.
Hour. O-W. O.
All right. I think that's the time. Remy, the correct spelling is O-U-R, hour. Remy, I already heard tons of cheering back there in your room. Go ahead and head on back to your classroom, and they're going to be cheering for you all the way. Nice job, Remy.
That is a hard word to spell.
It
But
is.
now we are on to our 3rd grade words, and it is Helene from Miss Almaris's class's turn.
Oh,
Okay?
it's going to be Helene's turn. Looks like they're having a few technical difficulties.
Yep.
You know, Miss McElroy, I love the spelling bee. In the 3rd grade, I was one of the finalists in the spelling bee. Unfortunately, I did not win. I lost on the word mathematics. Mathematics. You would think it's just mathematics, right? No, there's this like tricky little E in there. But
That
this is something I will always remember. 41 years later, do the math, and I still remember that I got second. But you know what? I worked so hard. I was, my class was still so super happy for me. I was happy. It's just one of those things. I love the spelling bee, and these students will remember the same thing. Yeah.
Super fun. Are we ready? No? Okay.
The camera's not quite working, so
That's
on the others, on the students, who you really want to see.
Yes.
We want to see the students,
Absolutely.
not us.
Yeah, they are
Right.
doing a great job today.
They are doing an excellent job.
Yeah. I can't believe we're already on 3rd grade words.
I know.
We just
This-
blew through 1st and 2nd grade words.
It's going to go fast.
It is.
I can see it.
Okay, then we will just go ahead, and we're going to not have the camera on the students for a couple minutes while we're fixing things, but it is Helene's turn. You will hear her spell, ready, Helene? The word just. I just finished my homework, just.
Just. J-U-S-T. Just.
Just is correct. Thank you so much,
Correct.
Helene.
All right, Areni. Your word is must. You must wear your helmet when you ride your bike. Must.
Must. M-U-S-T. Must.
Correct.
Perfect. And now we have Miles from Mrs. Love's class. Miles, your word is buy. Let's buy some fruit at the store. Buy.
Buy.
B-U-Y, buy.
Correct. Thank you.
All right, Cameron from Miss Bebato's class. Your word is I'm. I'm going to the park after lunch. I'm.
Capital I, apostrophe M, I'm.
Correct. Nice job.
JJ from Mrs. Hoffman's class. Your word is pony. The little girl rode a pony at the fair. Pony.
Can you say it again?
The little girl rode the pony at the fair. Pony is your word. Pony.
Pony. P-O-N-Y, pony.
That is correct.
All right, Ella. I'm smelly. All right, Ella, your word is light. The light in the room was very bright.
Light. L-I-G-H-T, light.
Correct.
Isaac from Mrs. Dunn's classroom. Your word is another. May I have another cookie, please? Another.
Another. Another. A-N-O-T-H-E-R. Another.
Okay, correct.
And who's that? Oliver. Your word is write. Please write your name on the paper. Write.
Right. W-R-I-T-E. Right.
Correct.
Now we have Vianney, also from Mrs. Phelan's class. Vianney, your word is high. The kite flew high in the sky. High.
High. H-I-G-H. High.
Correct.
Alyssa from Mr. Lee's class. Your word is yet. We haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yet. Y-E-T. Yet.
Correct.
And the last speller in this round is Kyler from Mrs. Mann's class. Kyler, your word is love. I love playing games with my family. Love.
Love. L-O-V-E. Love.
Correct.
Done.
On to fourth grade words. Oh my
Here we
gosh.
go.
Whizzing through.
All right, first up we have Helene from Miss Almaris's class. Helene, your word is world. The world is full of amazing places. World.
World. W-O-R-L-D. World.
Correct.
Areni, your word is maybe. Maybe we can go to the zoo tomorrow. Maybe.
Maybe. M-A-Y-B-E. Maybe.
Correct.
Miles from Mrs. Love's class. Your word is hungry. I feel hungry after playing outside.
Hungry. H-U-N-G-R-E-Y. Hungry.
Oh, unfortunately, that is not correct. Yeah, thank you, Miles. Give him a big round of applause. Welcome him back, Mrs. Love's class.
All right, we are on to Cameron in Ms. Bebato's class. Cameron, your word is everything. She packed everything in her suitcase.
Everything. E-V-E-R-Y-T-H-I-N-G. Everything.
That is correct.
All right, JJ from Mrs. Hoffman's class. Your word is wagon. He pulled the wagon full of toys.
Wagon. W-A-G-O-N. Wagon.
Correct.
Next, we have JJ from Ella. Sorry, Ella from Ms. Lomelli's class. Ella, your word is lesson. Today's math lesson was about shapes. Lesson.
Lesson. Lesson. Lesson.
Correct.
Isaac from Ms. Dunn's class. Isaac, your word is friend. My best friend lives next door.
Can you say that again?
Friend.
Friend. Friend. Friend.
That is correct.
Next, we have Oliver T. from Mrs. Phelan's class. Oliver, your word is board. We drew pictures on the whiteboard. Board.
Could you say that again, please?
Board. We drew pictures on the whiteboard. Board.
Board. B-O-A-R-D. Board.
That is correct.
All right. Vianney from Miss Phelan's class as well. Vianney, your word is doesn't. He doesn't like carrots.
D-O-E-S-N''T. Doesn't.
Correct. Nice job.
And next, we have Alyssa from Mr. Lee's class. Alyssa, your word is began. The movie began after everyone sat down. Began.
Began. B-E-G-A-N. Began.
Correct. Good job.
And Kyler from Mrs. Mann's class. Kyler, your word is bridge. We walked across the wooden bridge.
Bridge. B-R-I-D-G-E. Bridge.
Correct. Ooh,
Wow. Now we're on to those fifth grade words. These guys are doing amazing. Here they are.
all right.
We're going to start with Helene in Ms. Almaris's class. Helene, your word is 40. There are 40 jelly beans in the jar. 40.
40 F-R-O-T-T-Y. 40.
Unfortunately, that is not correct. It is spelled F-O-R-T-Y.
Thank you,
But
Helene.
good job, Helene.
Nice job. Whew. That's impressive, though. Made it to those fifth grade words.
I know, a second grader. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
It is. All right, here's our other second grader from Mr. Harder's class, Areni. Areni, your word is whisper. She told me a secret in a whisper.
Whisper. W-H-I-S-P-E-R. Whisper.
That is correct. Nice job.
And next we have Cameron from Ms. Bebado's class. Cameron, your word is slow. The turtle moved very slow. Slow.
Slow. S-L-O-W. Slow.
Correct.
All right, JJ from Miss Hoffman's class. Your word is pair. I found a matching pair of socks. Pair.
Pear. P-A-I-R. Pear.
That is correct.
And now we have Ella from Ms. Lomelli's class. Ella, your word is heavy. The box is too heavy to lift. Heavy.
Heavy. H-E-A-V-Y. Heavy.
Correct.
All right, Isaac from Ms. Dunn's class. Isaac, your word is else. Is there anything else you need? Else.
Else. E-L-S-E. Else.
That is correct.
And now we have Oliver T. from Mrs. Phelan's class. Oliver, your word is unless. You can't play outside unless you finish your homework. Unless.
Unless. U-N-L-E-S-S. Unless.
Correct.
All right, Vianney, also from Mrs. Phelan's class. Your word is sugar. I like a little sugar in my tea. Sugar.
Sugar. S-U-G-A-R. Sugar.
That is correct.
And now we have Alyssa from Mr. Lee's class. Alyssa, your word is whistle. He learned how to whistle with his fingers. Whistle.
W-H-I-S-T-L-E. Whistle.
That is correct. Yes.
All right, Kyler from Mrs. Mann's class. Kyler, your word is iron. We use an iron to smooth the wrinkles in clothes. Iron.
Iron. I R O N. Iron.
That is correct. Nicely done. All right, that concludes that round. Moving on to 6th grade words.
And I see Rennie is already in place. So Rennie, your word is wreck. The storm caused a big car wreck on the highway. Wreck.
Wreck. W-R-E-C-K. Wreck.
That is correct.
Nice. All right, Cameron from Ms. Bebado's class. Your word is engineer. The engineer designed a strong bridge. Engineer.
Engineer. E-G-I-N-E-E-R. Engineer.
Oh, I'm sorry, very close. The correct spelling is E-N-G-I-N-E-E-R. Those tricky letters.
Yep. Our next contestant is JJ from Mrs. Hoffman's class. JJ, your word is receive. I hope to receive a letter from my friend soon. Receive.
Receive. R-E. C-E-A-V-E. Receive.
I'm sorry, that is not correct. Thank you for being here, JJ.
job, JJ.
Good job.
All right, Ella from Miss Lamelli's class. Your word is suppose. I suppose we can go if it doesn't rain. Suppose.
Suppose. S. U. P-O-S-E, suppose.
Oh, so close. There are 2 P's in that word. S-U-P-P-O-S-E. Nice job, Ella. Head on back. Your class is waiting for you.
Next, we have Isaac from Mrs. Dunn's class. Isaac, your word is excuse. Please excuse me for being late. Excuse.
Excuse. E-X-C-U-S-E. Excuse.
That is correct.
All right. All right, Oliver from Mrs. Phelan's class. Your word is ugly. The monster in the book looked ugly, but was kind.
ugly. Ugly. Ugly.
Correct.
Next, we have Vianney, also from Mrs. Phelan's class. Vianney, your word is fault. It wasn't your fault that the vase broke. Fault.
Fault. F-A-U-L-T. Fault.
Correct.
All right. Nicely done. Alyssa from Mr. Lee's class. Your word is certain. I am certain that I did my best. Certain.
C-E-R-T-A-I-N. Certain.
Oh, this is where it gets tough, Alyssa. That is the correct spelling. Unfortunately, you did not say the word before you spelled it. Did she? It's not required for everyone? Okay, so you are correct, so that is good.
Phew.
Well, in the
All
rules,
right.
it does say. Okay.
All right, so
As
now
long
we
as
have
that's what I figure.
Kyler from Mrs. Mann's class. Kyler, your word is opposite. The opposite of hot is cold. Opposite.
Opposite. O-P-P. O S S I T E. Opposite.
Unfortunately, you added an extra S into that word. That is not correct.
I did?
You had two S's. Yes. Thank you, Kyler.
Good job,
Good
Kyler.
job.
All right.
All right.
So moving on.
Back to Rennie in Mr. Harder's class. 7th grade words.
All right, Areni, your word is deceive. It is wrong to deceive someone on purpose. Deceive.
Deceive. D I S
That is time, Areni. That is time, so you did not spell that word correctly, but I want to say how impressed I am with a 2nd grader making it to 7th grade words. That is amazing.
That is amazing.
Mr. Harder's class is waiting for you.
Our next speller is Isaac in Mrs. Dunn's class. Isaac, your word is locate. Can you help me locate my missing shoe? Locate.
locate. L-O-C-A-T-E. Locate.
That is correct.
Nicely done. All right, Oliver from Mrs. Phelan's class. Your word is language. She is learning a new language in school. Language.
Language. L-A-U-N-G. E-S. Language.
Very close. You knew there was a U in there. I could see it in your face, but unfortunately that is not the correct spelling. Nice job though. Wonderful. All right.
Our next speller is Vianney in Mrs. Phelan's class. Vianney, your word is perhaps. Perhaps we can go to the park later. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Are we down to
P
ERHAPS, perhaps.
That is correct.
Nicely done. All right, Alyssa, your word is business. My aunt owns a small flower business. Business.
Business. BUSIS. I can already hear you clapping.
Excuse me?
I can already hear people clapping for a second.
Just finish it.
NESS.
Yeah.
Business.
Yeah, I know you saw what you accidentally did there, but yeah, unfortunately you added that extra S this time. That's great though. Thank you.
Nice job.
All right, guess what? We are down to two players. So now that we are at 2 players, we have some special final elimination rules. Players, if a student spells, in this final elimination, I apologize, you will each be given a word. However, if a student spells a word incorrectly, their opponent must spell that word and another word correctly to win the spelling bee. If the opponent misses the initial or second word, the process begins again, with each student taking turns spelling words from the list. If the opponent correctly spells both the missed word and another word from the list, they win and become the Spelling Bee Champion 2025.
So
Okay,
exciting.
It is. So here we have, in the finals, we have Isaac and Vianney. Now we ended, so Isaac will be the first one up.
We're doing 8th grade words, correct?
Yes, we
These
are
are
moving.
8th grade words. Oh my gosh. So we have a 4th grader and a 5th grader in 8th grade words. So we're going to start with Isaac. Go up to the mic, Isaac. Our first word is circulation. Good circulation keeps your body healthy. Circulation.
Circulation. Circulation. Look, what was the word? Circulation.
That is not correct. So we're going to give Vianney, stay right there. You're not out yet. We're going to give Vianney a chance to spell that word. If she gets that correct, she gets to spell a second word to win. But stay close, Isaac. So Vianney, can you please spell circulation? Good circulation keeps your body healthy. Circulation.
Circulation. CURC. Wait. CLATION, circulation.
That is not correct, but you are both still in the game, so Isaac gets another turn.
Yes. All right. Isaac, your word is dessert. We had chocolate cake for dessert.
Dessert. DESEART. Dessert.
Unfortunately, that is not correct. Vianney, you have the same word. Your word is dessert. We had chocolate cake for dessert.
Dessert. DESEART, dessert.
No, that is not correct. So we will move on to the next word. Isaac, come back up.
Isaac, your next word is voluntary. Helping clean the park is a voluntary job. Voluntary.
Can you say the word?
Voluntary.
Voluntarily. V-O-R. L-E-R-N-T-E-E-R-L-Y. Voluntarily.
That is not correct. So Vianney gets a shot at the same word. Vianney, the word is voluntary. Helping clean the park is a voluntary job. Voluntary.
Voluntary. V-O-L. N-T-A-R-R-Y, voluntary.
That is also not correct. There's a U in the middle of it. So we're back to Isaac again. Oh my gosh, Isaac, this is great. Isaac, your word is counter. The cookies are sitting on the kitchen counter. Counter.
Counter. C-O-U-N-T-E-R. Counter.
That is correct.
No, that's fine. All right. Isaac, you can sit down. Vianney's the next word. Vianney, your word is convenience. We shop at the store for convenience.
Can you say it again?
Convenience. We shop at the store for convenience.
Convenience. C-O-N-V-I-E-N-C-E. Convenience.
Very close, but that is not correct. All right. Isaac, come up. Isaac, you get the same word. Convenience. We shop at the store for convenience.
Convenience. C-O-N-V-I-E-N-E-S-E. Convenience.
No, unfortunately, that's not correct either. So we will keep going.
These are really good players.
I know.
They are matching each other.
And they-
All right, Vianney, your word is anxiety. This spelling bee is giving me anxiety. Anxiety.
Anxiety. A-N-X-I-E-T-Y. Anxiety.
Correct.
All right, Isaac. Isaac, your word is compromise. We made a compromise to choose a movie we both liked. Compromise.
Compromise. C-O-M-P-E-R-M-I-S-E. Compromise.
Oh, unfortunately, that is not correct. Vianney, you get the same word. Compromise. We made a compromise to choose a movie we both liked.
Compromise. C-O-M-P-R-M-I-S-E. Compromise.
Oh, and
She missed the
yeah.
O. Yep.
Unfortunately, you missed an O in the middle there, so that is not correct. So we will just keep going.
I know, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Isaac, it is your turn, and your word is employer. Her employer gave her the day off. Employer.
Employer. What? Employer. E-M-P-L-O-Y-E-R. Employer.
Correct. Now it is Vianney's turn again. Vianney, Your word is sanitary. It is important to keep the kitchen sanitary. Sanitary.
Sanitary. SANITARY. Sanitary.
Correct.
All right, Isaac. Your word is congratulate. We can't wait to congratulate the winner. Congratulate.
Congratulate. CONGRASULATE. Congratulate.
Oh, unfortunately, that is not correct. All right.
So Vianney, you get to try the same word. Congratulate. We went to congratulate her after she won. Congratulate.
Congratulate. CONGRATULATE. Congratulate.
That is
Correct.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Vianney, stay right there. This is your last word, and your word is ordinary. It was just an ordinary day at school. Ordinary.
Ordinary. ORDINARY. Ordinary.
That is correct. Woo! We finally get to congratulate the winner. Vianney, you are the Sacajawea 2025 Spelling Bee winner.